the notion of sacrifice. It sounds archaic now, but if a ship was sinking, women and children first.
I mean, now if you were on the Titanic, there wouldn't be that chivalry. There would be everybody for himself, right? And one of the reasons that's important, Michael, is because we used to understand that men are typically physically stronger and more aggressive. They have all that testosterone.
Yeah.
They can either channel it for good when it comes to women, caring for children, providing for a family.
Men are expected to die before women because it is the male role to protect women and children. So if the Titanic is going down, who gets saved, right?
Natural roles. He's a tradcan, folks.
In traditionalism, we see this detached female advocacy at all costs whenever these conversations of sinking ships and what men should or shouldn't do in the event that they find themselves on one come up. You know, I've described it as misandry above, but it should be noted that this misandry is a cold, detached one. I mean, we don't see a seething hatred here.
I hear so much ado about nature and science, even in the manosphere, that males are made to be disposable, expendable, discardable, and many will go on scientific diatribes about how that is simply reality.
What was said here is that the proper codes of conduct for humanity, the proper deal brokered between the genders, is one where men should feel compelled, like mindless lemmings, to drown, to die, so that women may live, with no other justification other than women are women, and men are men. And that is violence. That is akin to saying that Asian people should die whenever white people, or black people, or Hispanics are in danger of dying, simply because, just because.
Too many people proffer this scientific male disposability assertion from a strict natural evolutionary platitude. Well, I call BS. Human males are not disposable. You can throw all the animal and primate paradigm rebuttals you like to prop up the male expendability favoring arguments and assertions. This changes nothing.
We see this constant citation of the animal realm to justify male expendability, a realm which has no justice and no entitlements and certainly no rights. You see, when women stand to gain from male blood and sacrifice, we point right back to the animal barbarism we came out of.
On the one hand, we assume Homo sapiens as superior than the rest of the animal kingdom by virtue of the technology born of the sentience of humans, and in particular, the brilliance of males. Yet, on the other hand, we claim that we are mere animals, following instinctual instruction to use males as disposable utilities for the welfare of females, and we further impugn male worth by stating that protection and provision of females is essentially continuation of the entire species.
So here we are, the supposed pinnacle of civilization, and it turns out that we haven't yet figured out that any self-professing civilization that is selectively civilized never was civilized to begin with. Our directional civility towards women and our look the other way attitude and our savagery towards men indicates to me that we never left the jungle. We're still a bunch of primitives and savages, but with technology and with medicine and with flammable carbon compounds that light up our homes.
No, wait. So we claim nature when we devalue and abuse males as cattle, yet we hold people to higher standards of morality when addressing societal interactions. Really? Nature is cannibalism. Nature is indifference to suffering. Nature is killing. Nature is predation upon the weak and disadvantaged.
All of this technical prowess, yet when you strip away this surface decoration, the rights we claim to be universal and inalienable are nothing but artificial social constructs that our society selectively enforces, and when it can't get away with outright deprivation of these artificial rights, it creates social customs rooted in male expendability to mitigate these things.
Morality, right and wrong, are human constructs, derivative products of our higher functioning, our neocortex. Nature is indifferent adherence to instinctual programming, wholly removed from conscience or judgment or ethical responsibility. There are no ethics or equality or equity or fairness in survival.
Now in this, we find the derivation of all of these other social customs designed only for men. We're talking about cultural memes like honor and chivalry. I mean, what are these things? They're buzzwords with no real fixed meaning, since these terms function as behavioral modifiers that rein in male self-interest. For the men of the Titanic, chivalry and honor meant nothing less than voluntarily discarding your life like a disposable piece of trash because of the implied superiority, not supremacy, but superiority of women.
This nature justification has the same import as political correctness. It's all or nothing. We cannot flip-flop in our treatment of others and claim lower functioning in one instance, then hold people to higher standards in another. That's as genuine as females claiming equality in one instance and then reverting to infantilization whenever it suits them, like around manual labor or financial fairness. It is blatant horse crap to claim higher functioning or morality and conscience as justification for artificially propping and protecting the elderly, handicapped, or weakened and disadvantaged, then in the next breath claim nature as justification for male devaluation, usury, and disposal. Either rights, worth, inherent creature value, and compassion are applicable to all, or indifferent natural savageries are applicable to all, free of conscience or artificial prejudicial societal sway.
So that still just boils down to one fundamental truth in regards to the society. Men, you are alone in the eyes of the society, and the only ones that will be rewarded are the ones that perform and perform well according to society's standards. If you think for a second that in this society your inherent personhood as a man matters, you are sorely mistaken. This society just does not care, and there exists a very real power in knowing exactly where one stands as a man, no matter how desolate and isolated the situation is. You see, if we know we're alone, then it's possible, maybe not probable, but possible, that men just might for once in history find it mutually beneficial to help each other out for a change, to stop crawling over each other to get to the top, and to start asking ourselves, why is it that we always seem to have to start at the bottom, while the other half of the human race gets a leg up in every conceivable way from the state and from our culture in general? Why are we made to compete with each other, to tear each other apart and hate each other in order to gain acceptance from the very people that hate men for being at the top and hate them even more for being on the bottom of the societal ladder?
It's not a great thing, and it really shows that men are disposable. Men in society are very disposable. Yep. Very.
Yeah. Facts. Look it up.